New year, new me, a little bit fresher, a little bit zippier, zestier. Hey guys, and welcome to the first official vlog of 2026. I know, technically I did, yes, it's true, upload the last two Vlogmases this year. If you may or may not have seen on my main channel, basically what happened is after Christmas, we went away up north, and I thought that we would have Wi-Fi, but turns out we didn't have Wi-Fi, so I basically had to hotspot upload my videos, and obviously that takes a lot of data, and I don't have a unlimited plan because obviously I don't usually need it. So I kind of had to pick and choose what to upload, and I kind of just uploaded those videos because it would literally take all day. It was so time consuming, and obviously we're away, we're with Ash's family, it's busy, so it just wasn't ideal. I thought I could just tee-hee, sneaky in the background, be uploading videos, but no, it didn't quite work out that way, but that's okay, and it's fine. And I was the one that made up the rules, and we still got 12 videos, 12 vlogs and 12 videos. They were just a little bit late, the last two, so that's fine, it's fine. But yes, I thought now I would insert the footage from when we were up north. So here's that footage now. Wow, that's crazy. They're just saying hi. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the little baby's right next to it. And then they're off. Yes, very exciting. Basically, Ash's family has had a section of land that they've owned for ages. Over 10, maybe 20 years, I don't know. Yeah, definitely over 10 years because I've known him over 10 years. That's scary. But yeah, anyway, they've had that piece of land and they finally built a beach house on it. So obviously, we were all invited to go up. So that was very, very nice. But as I'm sure you can imagine, with my uploading and just family stuff in general, it was just not as relaxing as maybe I had thought it would be, and mainly that was my fault of still having to do YouTube, still uploading stuff. In an ideal world, I would have had all of that stuff sorted and organized before we went up, but that was just not the way the cookie crumbled. I am just one girly pop trying my best, you know, like, so I think, you know, the only thing that meant is though, even though we had like a really nice time going away, it was so cool to go and take the dogs to the beach every day, like, and just, you know, Ash not having work, you know, he at least had a proper, you know, no work couple of weeks. But I feel like where that's left me here in 2026 right now is that I'm like, I just don't feel like I had a proper break. I never had a break from YouTube. I didn't take a break from uploading. I didn't take a break from editing and filming. Like, even though there may have felt like I had breaks, like I haven't taken a break. So I have decided that I'm just gonna take, today's Tuesday, I'm just gonna take today and tomorrow as like a little mini weekend reset / new year set up for the year vibes, right? Because I'm like, obviously the pros and cons of doing YouTube is always that you can do it whenever, wherever. I can see a spider slowly doing the dun, 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 dun. It's just like a little tiny spider. That's so funny. It's like, anyway, I feel like obviously the pro and the con of YouTube is you can do it anytime. You don't have to have, you know, you can work different hours, you can work around things, you know, it's flexible, but you obviously then it's hard to say, okay, I'm not going to, right? It's hard for me to be like, I'm not going to do any work. And even now, obviously, I'm vlogging and obviously I'm thinking about videos. There's a lot happening, that a lot of videos I want to make, but I also, you know, I want to make a new intro and outro. I want to buy, hopefully, a new microphone. That probably won't arrive until next week, but there's a couple of things that I want to do to be like, new year, new me, a little bit fresher, a little bit zippier, zestier, like just taking that time. And also what I wanted to do was do a fun little vision board things vibes. So yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of taking this as like a as like a fake weekend that I've just made up. It's not that I'm not working, I'm just kind of resetting. It's almost like a 2-day reset, I would say. I think I'm just trying to consciously like okay, I'm done with Vlogmas, I'm done with Chatmas, we're now going into 2026, we're getting back into routines, we're getting down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? I don't even know what I'm saying. But anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say, all of that to tangentially say and nonsensically say, I'm just trying to take a couple days to just have a little bit of a reset, have a little bit of a break, and then kick things off, you know, hit the ground running. I feel a lot of excitement for 2026. I feel the fact that I hit so many of my goals last year, that's so exciting. So to go into the new year and make new goals and more goals, it's very like, I like taking that time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I think the one thing that I've realized at my big old age, the big 30, or is it 30? What I've realized is like, I think sometimes resolutions can be treated as like, they have to be these extravagant, crazy, change your life. And like some people really want to need that. But I think for me, what I've realized is I'm like, what do I just want to be consistently doing? Like, what do I want my overall vibe of my life to look like? And I think, you know, what I kind of conclude is, you know, I want to do a run and a weights workout every week. And I can obviously do other workouts, exercises, all of that stuff, walk the dogs, but I just want those two things to be a consistent thing I do every week. I want to upload 2 videos and 1 vlog every week. I felt like when I did that in November, obviously I didn't do it in the last week, but when I did that in November, that felt like once you get into that rhythm, it feels like a good workflow, I guess. And just like general things like that, just generally, what do I want my little life, I think I like this little life, like what do I want it to look like? And just also just habits to make you feel good in like a very achievable and realistic way. Like I think that's my thing, is I'm not here being like, I'm going to, you know, change my life in the most drastic way. Maybe if I felt like everything you know, needed that. And I guess that was what happened when I, you know, stopped working my other job and started doing YouTube and like all these other things. Like I've definitely done drastic things, but I think now I'm more like, okay, we've done the drastic, now what do we want things to look like? I feel like that's very rambly and tangenty of me. I hope it made sense. I would love to know like your guys' thoughts and feelings on New Year's. Do you make resolutions? I also think just like in general, and maybe it's because it's like summer, New Zealand, but I feel like everyone has a break if they celebrate Christmas and New Year's. Like, well, no, I shouldn't assume. But I feel like for those of you who have a break, it's like just in general after a holiday, it's like, okay, I was on holiday mode and now I'm getting back into work mode. This is just like the pinnacle of it. That's kind of the blah of it all. Even though we cleaned the house before Christmas, obviously having people over, getting presents, packing, all that stuff, like the house is now messy. So I'm like, just all these little things, like there's so much washing to do. Like there's just so much little like resetty things. Like I want to make the house feel more tidy in general. All of the little things, as One Direction would say. Or do they say small things? I don't know. I was never a Directioner. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I never got into boy bands. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yes, as you can see, the dogs are pretty tired from going to the beach, because like we literally would go to the beach we'd go for a walk and go to the beach, and like my buddy Saxon especially, he gave the beach his all, as I'm sure you saw in the clip. So I think that they are pretty tired. Lizzie's loves sleeping regardless, so I'm not sure if Lizzie is actually that tired. Also, as you can tell, like her snoring and her breathing is so much better. So yeah, she's doing so much better post-op now. And I think I just needed to like remind myself, like in December, it hadn't even been a month. Like she had the surgery at the end of November. So it's only now just been just over a month. Oh yeah, the other reason that it was less relaxing of a holiday, but like all of that to say, like when I'm saying it's less relaxing, doesn't mean it wasn't good, doesn't mean it wasn't fun, doesn't mean like we didn't enjoy it and all that stuff, but it just wasn't as relaxing. Obviously my self-inflicted reasons of still needing to work and still doing my YouTube and not having the internet, blah blah blah, like that's all self-inflicted, my fault, my problem, like that's fine. But unfortunately when we drove back on Saturday, because Ash started work on Monday, and we were like, then we can have the whole Sunday at home, but we left Saturday morning so that we could have like a day and a half at home. Basically, if you know New Zealand or you kind of know north of Auckland, there is a section of the road, I think it's the hills, that are called the Brynderwins, and they are notoriously slippery, dangerous, bad. Like they're constantly trying to make them less dangerous, but they are just not very safe to drive on, because basically it's like a big hill, and in New Zealand we don't, like, it's very uncommon for us to basically blitz through a hill. So basically a lot of our roads like wind up and down the hill. So that's what the Brynderwins is. It's a very windy up and down a hill. Obviously that means like there's just freaking nothing on one side, like, you know, cars can just go off the side. If it's wet, you know, it's very slippery. And when we were driving home on Saturday, it was raining, there was storms, so it was very slippery. And maybe like 5 minutes ahead of us in the traffic, there was a crash on that road, which meant that it completely got shut down. And obviously I think when those things happen, it just like makes everyone else on the road obviously really freaked out, obviously really stressed, obviously people are driving, got family in the car. Like I think there's a lot going on for people, and like I guess your main thing, or at least to me, the main thing is always like, oh my gosh, that's so scary for the people involved. I hope they're okay. Like I hope, you know, the emergency services are getting to them in time, all that stuff. But then obviously when that is the main road and it was closed, I think it just caused a lot of people to panic. So basically what we had to do is, because we couldn't go over the bridge, we had to go around the bridge, and there's basically, you could go around on the coastway or you could go around the way that we went, there was like a gravel dirt mini road way basically. And I think just because there were people with caravans, there was trucks, like it was literally crazy. So many people had to take these, you know, other detours, and it was just so busy and people were obviously so stressed. So that was not very obviously relaxing. And then also obviously it took us so much longer to get home. It took like 6.5 hours to get home when it really should take 4, maybe 4.5 with a stop, because we did stop at the petrol station. So that was also just very stressful. Obviously not as stressful as for all the people involved in like actually being in a crash. Like can't even compare, not even trying to compare to that, would never. But yes, that's just kind of the additional context and information. So basically we didn't get home till Saturday night. We only have Sunday, and we didn't really have much time to just do stuff around the house. But yeah, that's kind of my long story long. I guess I'll show you guys my vision board once I'm finished. And I also bought a calendar and a diary. I love a weekly diary. I can't do the daily diary. I think I need to visualize my week. So if everything's on a different page, I'm like, this is too small picture for me. I think maybe if I had to really knuckle down on what I do every day, maybe I would like a daily diary. But honestly, I just like seeing my whole week, and I would rather get like a bigger weekly diary so you could write things but also still see the whole week in context. I don't know. It's just how my brain works. I don't know, guys. Let me know, how do you like to organize your weeks? But yes, anyway, longer story longest. I'm gonna do my vision board now. I'll show you when I'm done, and I'll show you my diary and the calendar that I picked. And also I'm watching Man on the Inside. I just love this show. I'm so sorry, but this show is just so good. I love it. I think just as much as I love The Good Place. Like if you love The Good Place or like The Good Place, you have to try A Man on the Inside. But yes, if I finish this, I'm gonna start watching Emily in Paris finally. I love that show in a very different way. You know, I love that show in the sense that it's very bad and very silly and very not good. It's like I watched this guy, he posted on TikTok and YouTube, but he did like a 20+ minute video talking about how little the timeline in Emily in Paris makes sense, because somehow Emily in Paris's boss had a baby, so nearly a year passed, and then they've had like multiple springs and summers, but then it was like at the end of season 4, I think, was when she had her first Christmas. And so it was like, the fact that they introduced Christmas then actually made it so much worse, because now this timeline is even more illogical. But he just did such a good job of breaking it down and being like, basically Emily in Paris was in a endless spring and summer, because all the events are then, right? Like it makes sense on that level, sure. But oh, Lizzie. Little Lizzie. She loves sleeping on a pillow. I'm kind of thinking of getting her like a big puffy pillow. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm up to. that's what I'm doing right now. So I hope that's cool with you guys, and I hope yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say, so see ya when I've done my vision board. Hello, don't mind the mountain of washing behind me. As I said, I'm kind of like leisurely doing things, but I thought I would show you guys my finished vision board and my calendar. This is my wall calendar for the year. last year I had a Taylor Swift calendar, which in theory, like, is fun, right? But I think because where it was, like, it was on the wall that faces when you're sitting in the bed, so some months it was like Taylor Swift is staring at you. So I went for a faceless calendar, and I feel like Mediterranean vibes is fun, it's cutesy, it's, you know, just, it's not going to make anything look weird. And here is my finished vision board. So I kind of put all like the landscapey thingies in the background, and then I kind of, as you can see, like cut things out so that they would kind of collage and lay on top, and so you could see through them. Like for this example, like the feet, it's like with the workout feet, but you can still see the plane. And obviously some things on my vision board I'm like I don't I'm like how do I put this? I don't think I'll get like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, but it's like what you're working towards, right? My ultimate dream goal is 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's my ultimate goal. So anyway, but that's kind of the board. Here's a close-up. I've kind of put like flowers and stuff on top because I'm like loving the garden, loving the outdoor lifestyle, loving the, you know, going and seeing beautiful places, want to travel, get back into reading. I started reading again when we were away, and then I just haven't gone back into it. I've got a few concerts that we went to, and then like some things we've grown. So the silver beet we've grown, the carrots we've grown. I want to look at more landscape. That's kind of just the overall vibes. And I feel like once you put it in a frame, it always looks better. And I've had this frame for ages, and I just use these 2 frames every year. I'm not showing you guys my goals. I don't know why it feels like vulnerable. Maybe I'll at the end of the year we can go over them and see if I was a Ariana Grande successful. But yes, that is that on that. And now the last thing I said I was going to show you guys was the diary I bought, and I must have bought this in a rush because it's so ugly. I'm so sorry. I think I thought it was pink, but it's like this weird, like, it's like basically skin toned, but then it also has this like weird texture on it. I'm so sorry, I hate it. So I'm just going to return it and get a different one, and that's fine. I think I liked it also because, like I said, the layout I like, where you've got the days of the week and then you've still got space to write things down. So like for me, I like to, no, I don't have my last year's diary, but like in my to-do, I like to literally write video, vlog, and then tick them off, and like things like that. Does that even make sense? Like I like to see the visual of it all. I'm not really sure what the dots is for down the bottom. But anyway, so I found just a black diary that has the same format. So I'm just going to get the black one because this one's so ugly. So I'm going to return this. And I'm like, I think I thought that this was going to match the calendar more and be like pink and green, or I don't know. I just feel like the green and the pink don't complement each other at all. I don't know. It's just not cute. And I feel like when it's something you use every single day, you kind of want it to be something that you want to use. And it doesn't have to be fancy. Like the one I'm going to get is literally just black. But I think the black ones look sleek. And my last year's diary was black. And yeah. So yeah, that's that on that. I'm basically going to fold all this washing. Today I'm doing all the washing. Yesterday I bought a mic. That was exciting. It was the last day of the sale. So I was like, oh my gosh, literally last chance. The sale ended yesterday. Got to just bite the bullet and buy the mic. So I bought the mic. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I need to finish my intros and outros for my videos so that when I get back into filming, obviously, I feel like they're pretty much the same. Like I don't even know that it's very obvious. Maybe the vlog one is more obvious. I feel like there was something I wanted to tell you guys, but it's literally gone. So yeah. Also, yeah, I haven't obviously emotionally made myself Christmas the house. I really struggle with it, guys. I'm sorry. I want to have it done so that by next week I'm like fully back into things. I'm hitting the ground running with the 2 videos, 1 vlog a week kind of vibes. I think I'll just do 1 video this week because I really want to film, that was weird. I really want to film a video. So I'll do that tomorrow, I think. And obviously, so this week is actually kind of the reverse. It's 2 vlogs, 1 video a week. Crazy. But the vlogs are Vlogmas vlogs, so feels kind of like cheating. I don't know. I feel like there's something I wanted to tell you guys, but it's literally gone from my brain. So, sorry. Guess I'll talk to you when I talk to you. And just like that, the lounge has officially been de-Christmased. It does feel a lot bigger when there's no Christmas stuff in here, I will admit that. And I feel like that plant looks nice in that corner, but yeah. Need to throw away these lights, the sad broken lights. But yeah, aside from that, we did it. We did it.